Hi everyone, welcome back to Prakasham Tutorials. So in this video, we are going to discuss about concept of matched filter and what is matched filter and what are the requirements for matched filter. So first, I will define definition of the matched filter. The matched filter is used for detection of signals in baseband transmission and passband transmission. The matched filter is used for detection of signals in baseband transmission and passband transmission. Matched filter is a device for the optimal detection of digital pulses. So optimal detection means perfect detection. The matched filter is a device for the optimal detection of a digital pulse. The impulse response is matched. The impulse response is matched to the shape of the input signal. Is called matched filter. So that is the definition of the matched filter. Once again, the definition of the matched filter. The impulse response is matched to the shape of the input signal is called matched filter. Next, coming to the requirements of matched filter. The requirements of matched filter are: first one is signal to noise ratio must be improved. Signal to noise ratio of the receiver must be improved. And the second requirement is the signal must be checked at the instant in bit period when the signal to noise ratio is maximum. And third one is the error probability must be minimum. So these are the requirements of matched filter. Consider Consider then the receiver model shown in figure involving a linear time invariant filter LTI system, a linear time invariant filter of impulse response h of t, the filter input, and this is the channel. This channel consists of, there are two inputs, one is the pulse signal g of t and another one is noise signal n of t. So consider then the receiver model shown in figure. So here involving linear time invariant filter of impulse response h of t. The filter input x of t consists of a pulse signal g of t corrected by additive channel noise w of t, which is shown in this figure. And it is given by, the filter input is given by x of t is equal g of t plus w of t. The filter input x of t is given by x of t is equal g of t plus w of t for t is equal 0 to capital T. Where capital T is an arbitrary observation interval. Now here capital T is an arbitrary observation interval. The pulse signal g of t may represent a binary symbol 1 or binary symbol 0 in a digital communication system. The w of t is the sample function of a white noise. The w of t is a sample function of a white noise process of 0 mean and power spectral density n0 by 2. It is assumed that the receiver has knowledge of the waveform of the pulse signal g of t. The source of uncertainty lies in the noise w of t. The function of the receiver is to detect the pulse signal g of t in an optimum manner given the received signal x of t. To satisfy this requirement, we have to optimize the design of the filter so as to minimize the effect of the noise at the filter output in some statistical sense, some statistical conditions. Since the filter is linear, Since the filter is linear, output of linear time invariant system y of t may be represented as. So now here this is the linear time invariant system. The output of linear time invariant system is always convolution of input signal with impulse response. And what is the input to the system? A linear time invariant filter of impulse response of the system input x of t, and y of t is an output of the system. Since the filter is linear, the resulting output y of t may be represented as y of t is equal input signal convolution with impulse response. So that is y of t is equal g of t plus w of t, that is the input to the impulse response of the filter, convolution with impulse response. So multiplying h of t within the bracket term, we have y of t is equal g of t convolution h of t plus w of t convolution h of t. So which is equal g naught of t plus n of t, where g naught of t is the g of t convolution h of t, and that is the output signal, and n of t is the w of t convolution h of t, and that is the output noise signal, and this is considered as equation 2. So now here in this equation, g naught of t and n of t are the g naught of t and n of t are produced by the signal and noise component of the input x of t. Here the filter has to take at the time, and after output y of t, it takes the sample instant. So that sample instant is at time small t is equal to capital T, where capital T is the sampling period. Here the filter has to take at time small t is equal to capital T the instantaneous power of the output signal as maximum as possible than the average power of the output noise. So this is equivalent to maximizing the peak signal to noise ratio, and it is given by or defined as peak signal to noise ratio. Output is defined as eta is equal magnitude of g naught of capital T whole square divided by expectation of n square of t, and which is considered as equation number 3. So in this equation, magnitude of g naught of capital T whole square is the instantaneous power in the output signal, and capital E is the statistical expectation operator, and expectation of n square of t is a measure of the average output noise power. Next, calculate the output signal power. Next, determine output signal power. And what is the output signal? Magnitude of g naught of capital T whole square is the output signal power. So determine the output signal power and determine average output noise power. And what is the average output noise power? Expectation of n square of t is the average output noise power. Next, we want to calculate, we can determine g naught of capital T whole square value and expectation of n square of t value. First, we can determine output signal power. So we know that g of f is the Fourier transform of the known signal g of t, and h of f is the capital H of f is the frequency response of the filter. Then the Fourier transform of the output signal g naught of t, small g naught of t is the output signal. The Fourier transform of the output signal is product of Fourier transform of the known signal and frequency response of the filter. So that is capital G naught of f is equal capital G naught of f into h of f. So using the definition of the inverse Fourier transform, the output signal G naught of t is f inverse of G naught of f is equal integral minus infinity to infinity G naught of f e power j 2 pi f t df. And this is the definition of inverse Fourier transform. So using this definition, and what is the Fourier transform of the output signal? G naught of capital F, G naught of capital G naught of F is G of F into H of S. G of F into H of F, and substitute this value into here, we get the output signal G naught of T is equal integral minus infinity to infinity G of F into H of F into e power j 2 pi f t df, and which is considered as equation 4. Hence, when the filter output is sampled at the sampling instant small t is equal to capital T, then take square magnitude, we get magnitude of G naught of t in the above equation at the sampling instant at small t is equal to capital T. Okay, then take the square magnitude, we get G naught of capital T whole square is equal magnitude of integral minus infinity to infinity G of F H of F e power j 2 pi f t df whole square. In this equation, substitute small t is equal to capital T and take the square magnitude on both sides. We get the resultant expression is this one. So this is the output signal power. Next, determine average output noise power. The power spectral density of the output noise is equal to the power spectral density of the input noise, and which is multiplied with squared magnitude response, that is magnitude of h of f whole square. So therefore that is the power spectral density function of the output noise Sn of f is equal n naught by 2 into magnitude of h of f whole square. Therefore the average power of the output noise, the average power of the output noise is the expectation of n square of t. So the equation of the expectation of n square of t is integral minus infinity to infinity Sn of f into df. But Sn of f is equal n naught by 2 magnitude of h of f whole square, and substitute four spectral density of the output noise value here, we get expectation of n square of t is equal integral minus infinity to infinity n naught by 2 magnitude of h of f whole square df. N naught by 2 is constant, that is written before integration. We get expectation of n square of t is equal n naught by 2 integral minus infinity to infinity magnitude of h of f whole square df. And now substitute expectation of n square of t value and magnitude of g naught of capital T whole square value, magnitude of g naught of t square value into equation number 3. And what is equation number 3? Equation number 3 is the peak signal to noise ratio, and that is peak signal to noise ratio eta is equal magnitude of g naught of t whole square by expectation of n square of t. This is equation number 3. And g naught of t value, g naught of t whole square, expectation of n square of t value calculated here, and substitute those two values into this equation, we get the peak signal to noise ratio eta is equal magnitude of integral minus infinity to infinity g of f h of f e power j 2 pi f t df whole square by n naught by 2 integral minus infinity to infinity magnitude of h of f whole square df, and which is considered as equation number 8. So using Squarge inequality theorem, now applying the Squarge inequality theorem to the above equation. And what is the statement of the Squarge inequality statement? The Squarge inequality theorem states that let us consider if we have two complex functions. So that complex functions are pi1 of x and pi2 of x are the two complex functions. If you have two complex functions pi1 of x and pi2 of x in the real variable x satisfying the conditions that is integral minus infinity to infinity magnitude of pi 2 of x whole square dx less than infinity, and integral minus infinity to infinity magnitude of pi 1 of x whole square dx less than infinity. Then we may write the square inequality statement. Magnitude of integral minus infinity to infinity pi 1 of x pi 2 of x dx whole square less than or equal to integral minus infinity to infinity magnitude of pi 1 of x whole square dx into integral minus infinity to infinity magnitude of pi 2 of x whole square dx. And this is the statement of the mathematical statement of the mathematical expression of the Square inequality theorem. The equality in the above equation holds. We have pi 1 of x is equal k into pi 2 conjugate of x, where k is a arbitrary constant and the star is the complex conjugate. The star is the complex conjugate. So pi 2 conjugate of x is the complex conjugate of pi 2 of x. From the square inequality statement, and this square inequality statement is considered as equation number 9. So from equation number 9, so from the square inequality equation, see, by setting pi 1 of x is equal h of f, that is frequency response of the filter, and pi 2 of x is equal g of f into e power j 2 pi f capital T. At the sampling instant, small t is equal to capital T. So e power j 2 pi f capital T. Okay. In this equation number 9, substitute pi 1 of x is equal to h of f and pi 2 of x is equal to g of f into e power j 2 pi f t. We get from equation number 8. What is equation number 8? And this is equation number 8. So from in this equation number 8, the numerator term. What is the numerator term? This is the numerator term. This numerator term can be written as magnitude of integral minus infinity to infinity. And what is the square inequality statement? Magnitude of integral minus infinity to infinity pi 1 of x. Now here pi 1 of x is considered as h of f into pi 2 of x. So pi 2 of x is considered as g of f into e power j 2 pi f t df whole square less than or equal to integral minus infinity to infinity magnitude of pi n of x whole square. Now here pi 1 of x is h of f into integral minus infinity to infinity pi 2 of x is g of f into e power j 2 pi f t whole square. So magnitude of e power j 2 pi f t. So using Euler identity, e power jx is cos x plus j sin x. E power j 2 pi f t is cos 2 pi f t plus j sin 2 pi f t. So magnitude means square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. So using Euler identity, e power jx, what is the real part? Cos of 2 pi f t is the real part and sin of 2 pi f t is the imaginary part. So magnitude of e power j 2 pi f t is equal square root of cos square of 2 pi f t plus sin square of 2 pi f t. But we know that cos square of 2 pi f t plus sin square of 2 f t value is 1. Square root of 1 is 1. So magnitude of e power j 2 pi f t value is 1. So what is the remaining term? Integral minus infinity to infinity magnitude of g of f whole square df. So this equation can be written using square inequality statement. From equation number 8, the signal to noise ratio, peak signal to noise ratio is eta less than or equal to, and what is the numerator term? The numerator term is using square inequality integral minus infinity to infinity magnitude of h of f whole square df into integral minus infinity to infinity magnitude of g of f whole square df. So divided by denominator term from equation number 8. Now here numerator and denominator integral minus infinity to infinity magnitude of h of f whole square df is cancelled. So we get eta is less than or equal to 2 by n naught into integral minus infinity to infinity magnitude of g of f whole square df. The signal to noise ratio does not depend on the frequency response of the filter. In this equation, the signal to noise ratio does not depend on the frequency response of the filter, but only depends on the input signal energy. But only depends on the signal energy and noise power spectral density. So therefore, the maximum signal to noise ratio of the output signal is eta maximum is less than or equal to 2 by n naught integral minus infinity to infinity magnitude of g of f whole square df. And this is the maximum signal to noise ratio of the output signal. Next, determine optimum value of the filter. Optimum value of the filter. Assume that h suffix optimum value of f is the optimum value of h of f. And what is h of f? H of f is the frequency response of the filter. The optimum value of the filter is denoted as h suffix opt of f. H suffix opt of f is the optimum value of h of f to maximize the signal to noise ratio from pi 1 of x is equal k into pi 2 conjugate of x from this equation. But pi 1 of x is considered as h of f, but now here we can assume that h opt of f is equal h of f. So therefore pi 1 of x is equal h opt of f is equal k into pi 2 of x. So pi 2 of x is g of x into e power j 2 pi ft. So pi 2 conjugate of x is g conjugate of f into e power minus j 2 pi ft. Then the optimum value of the filter h suffix opt of t is using definition of inverse Fourier transform. H opt of t is equal f inverse of h opt of capital H opt of f is equal integral minus infinity to infinity capital H opt of f e power j 2 pi ft df. But capital H opt of f is k g conjugate of f into e power minus j 2 pi ft, and substitute this optimum value into here, we get optimum value of the filter is integral minus infinity to infinity k g naught of f into e power minus j 2 pi ft into e power j 2 pi ft. These two exponential terms is written as RHS side of these two exponential terms is written as e power minus j 2 pi of capital T minus t df. For real signal, g conjugate of f is equal g of minus f, and applying this condition into above equation, the optimum value of the filter is k into integral minus infinity to infinity g of minus f into e power minus j 2 pi f into capital T minus small t into df. So now here in this equation, minus f is replaced by f, we get the optimum value of the filter is k into integral minus infinity to infinity g of f into e power j 2 pi f into capital T minus t df. So using the definition of inverse Fourier transform, the RHS term of this integral can be written as, and what is the definition of the inverse Fourier transform? F inverse of frequency domain function is equal integral minus infinity to infinity frequency domain function into e power j 2 pi ft df. So that is the inverse Fourier transform definition. So using that definition, the RHS term of this integral is g of capital T minus small t. So therefore, the optimum value of the filter h opt of t is equal k into g of t minus capital T. The optimum value of the filter is except factor k. K is the constant. Capital K is the constant. So it is time inverse and delayed version of the input signal. And what is the input signal here? G of t is the input signal. G of capital T minus t is the delayed version of the input signal or time inversed signal. So the optimum value of the filter is time inversed input signal or delayed version of the input signal. So that is, it is matched to the input signal. It is matched to the input signal. And this is the concept of the matched filter. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel and share this video to your friends.